My name is Gregg Phillipson. It is with the utmost respect and gratitude that I address you from our Austin, Texas home today, as we remember and preserve the memory of the 6 million people of the Jewish faith and countless others that were murdered during the Holocaust. We also honor and remember the men and women of the U.S. Army who fought and ultimately liberated the Nazi death camps in Europe during World War II. My sincere thanks goes out to 3 Corps and the 1st Cavalry Division for the opportunity to once again host the Days of Remembrance observance here at Fort Hood. The Holocaust was the systematic, government-sponsored persecution and murder of 6 million people of the Jewish faith by the Nazis and their collaborators. The Nazis who came to power in Germany in 1933 believed that Germans were racially superior and that people of the Jewish faith and other minorities were racially inferior. As night descended, millions of other peoples were swept into the net of death. It was a crime unique in the annals of human history. It was different, not only in the quantity of violence and the sheer number of people killed, but in the manner and purpose as a criminal enterprise organized by the Nazi government against defenseless civilian populations. The Nazis made the decision to kill every Jew on the continent of Europe. They succeeded in annihilating approximately 70% of Europe's Jewish population. Sadly, 1.5 million of those murdered were Jewish children under the age of 12. The Holocaust is very personal to my wife Michelle and to me, as our families were involved as both victims and as liberators. Many of our family members were murdered by the Nazis and their supporters across the globe. Michelle's father, the late Joseph Warwick, was a Holocaust survivor and a U.S. Army veteran who escaped death in 1939 as the Nazis overran Poland. My father, the late Sergeant Bernard Phillipson, served with the U.S. Army's 8th Armored Division. He was among the liberators who witnessed the horrors upon entering the Langenstein concentration camp in the spring of 1945 in Germany. It was an experience that haunted him his entire life. We cannot afford to be bystanders in a world that can be unjust, intolerant, and outright dangerous. Together, we can expand the public's awareness of the consequences of hate, bigotry, and apathy, as these were the forces that paved the way for the Nazi Holocaust. The United States Memorial Museum has designated 35 U.S. Army divisions for their heroism and gallantry in liberating prisoners who were mostly of the Jewish faith from Nazi brutal rule. Let us today, in memory of the victims of the Holocaust, reassert our commitment to human rights. Let us turn that commitment into action by ensuring that new generations know this history. We must do our utmost so that all peoples may enjoy the protection of their basic human rights. Thank you, and God bless you all.